Okay, at this time I'm going to be releasing one of my most favorite tips to ever tell you how to read all those notes that go above or below the staff. Those are called ledger lines. Now, there's a very easy formula, and if you can grasp a hold of this formula, you'll amaze yourself how quickly you're going to be able to read those notes that are sitting 3, 4, 5 lines above the staff or 4 or 5 lines below the staff. And it all refers to a very popular formula we're all familiar with when we start off reading. Here's our lines and spaces. The spaces spell the word face. So what we're going to be doing now, take a look at the piano. We have F-A-C-E. Now, the lines that sit above the staff, or the very top line is an F, and the second line is the first line above the staff is an A. 2 lines above the staff is a C. 3 lines above the staff is an E. So it spells the word face again. Now, the same thing is going to hold down here. So we have the F-A-C-E, which are our normal lines and spaces on the staff. Then we have 3 lines below the staff is the F. 2 lines below is A. Then we have middle C. And then we have the E as the bottom line. So it's as simple as that. If you can look at F-A-C-E, a lot of times too, that does outline, for those that might understand chords a little bit, that outlines a major 7 chord, the 1, 3, 5, 7 of a F major 7 chord. So if you just look at that, and if you get the F-A-C-E, then if it happens to be, say for example, it's on a space and not on the line, it's very easy to just come down 1. So if you're looking at F-A-C-E and you happen to be looking at the 3 lines above the staff and it's just below the 3rd line, it's going to be a D. So these are the things you're going to have to look for right now. And I put together a little exercise. It's not very common to be seeing music written in all this lower register or the high register of the piano continually. Every now and then a part of a music will go that high, and then but typically comes down into a more comfortable range, okay, on the instrument. So you won't be called upon to be reading these notes as frequently as you might think, but it's really going to be good to be prepared to do so. I had this happen all the time. It catches even the best and finest of players. If they can get a handle on this one little simple trick, you'll be amazed at what it'll do for you. Okay, let's take a look right now. I just did it through 12 major 7 keys, and I gave you an idea of how to look at the ones above, and then 12 bars with how to do them below. Left hand, you can play shell to the 5th if you like, just to support it, even just the root if you like, or if you want to do patterns, whatever you like in the left hand. But the main focus here is to get a good handle on these lines and spaces, and especially these lines that are going above and below. Remember, they're different now. We were looking at 4 spaces for the staff. Now we're looking at 4 lines. 4 lines. 4 lines above, 4 lines below. And it's incorporating the top line and the bottom line of the staff. So it makes it very easy to visually see this, okay, as I illustrated on this page that goes along with this video. Okay, take a look. Here we go. Watch. So we have a C major 7. You can play a pattern if you like. I'm going to play something interesting here. Here's the top note. Okay, that's F-A-C-E. There's the E, okay, to the G. And then, okay, then we have the B flat major 7. Here's a D. You look at the 2 lines above the staff is a C. You're going to go the space above that, which would be the D. Okay, and here's an E flat. Look at this. It's way up there. Now, here's one that's going above that. It's on the D flat major 7, that high note. That's the next note above, 3 lines above the staff. It's an F. Okay, then we go to G flat major 7. You can play the shells if you want. Okay, see that? And then you have C sharp. You see that? So again, I'm looking right now. I'm watching the notes, F-A-C-E, above, the lines, above and below. When I'm reading this, this is the main focus you want to do whenever you look at lines above or below. In this case right here, they go higher. I even went higher on one of them on that F note on the D flat major 7. F-A-C-E, the next note higher than the E is the F. And if you go to the next line above that, it's the G. So you can start seeing that just by having this command of this formula, you'll be very, very surprised at how this will help you. Okay, you can also use my name that note on my my display on the website that will really help you work these ones that are above. You can set the prompt on it to be reading the notes that go very high and very low. Okay, so let's take a look now at the very low notes. Okay, watch this. Now, it's going to be very hard to play a lot of chords down here, so I might just play roots just so you can kind of see what's going on here. So we're going to have, there's a B, it's right below middle C. But now we look at the 3 lines below is an F, so we're going to go the note below that, that's an E. There's a low F here. E flat. There's a low F. G sharp. Okay, this is going to take you into a really great place. I remember all the years I've been teaching this, and I never forget this. I remember having a lot of young students. I was teaching at this a lot of kids, and I was teaching in the room with a grade school teacher over in Madison, not Madison, Cave Creek, Arizona, and the music teacher happened to be finishing up her work, and I'm giving a lesson to a small young girl, and I showed her this F-A-C-E, and I showed her the formula. And I had the music teacher in disbelief that this 7-year-old was knowing every single note that was in the stratosphere. So it's kind of a cool thing that you really could whether you're at a professional level playing or a beginning student. It's something that I tell all my students about because I think that everyone has a weakness there. Unless you read it a lot, you really you're up against it. But if you can look at this formula, it really will help you out a lot with the overall insight of where these notes are going and how to effectively find them without having to count up from the F, the very bottom, the first line on that as you're going higher or lower from the E counting down. That takes a lot of notes to get down to the lower note or the higher note. So if you can have a formula to break it up, F-A-C-E, above and below, it really takes all the edge off. Okay, so enjoy this great tip. I think you'll find it to be unbelievably valuable. Okay, enjoy it. See ya.